Next slide. I should have saved this video. As the girl says, I've become celibate. She was probably in her early 30s. And if there's any one thing that you need to key in, there's certain words, and phrases that we try to teach you in game to key in. Like if they go, yeah, I love to travel and I traveled a lot. I backpacked through Europe for 6 months. They've ridden a lot of foreign dick and traveler dick and local dick. And there's just a lot of sex involved in travel. So when a girl says travel to a guy that knows game, he's like, this girl has had a lot of sex with a lot of random men. And it's okay with her. I mean, that just gives you an idea of who she is, her mindset. And it can be okay or a negative view. It completely is up to you. But you start to learn the reality of what certain words or phrases mean. And if a girl says, I'm celibate, it means that she has had so much sex and woke up in so many places and not knowing where she was at and having sex with random strangers and weird dudes and all this has caused her so much distress and grief that she literally just said, I've got to stop. It's like an alcoholic. Like dudes will drink into their 50s until they get their 10th DUI. Girls will drink until one, they catch themselves driving with their kids in the car, or they get tired of waking up with some random dude's cum in her pussy over and over and over. They're like, I am so tired of waking up with some stranger full of cum. And they're like, I got to stop drinking. And they'll do the same thing with celibacy. They're like, I keep waking up with dudes, randos, and I don't know who they are. And it's just too much. And this girl had walked through, like she said, I've literally never, she was doing the whole defense of like not really being into casual sex. I've always had a boyfriend, but she's had boyfriends since she was 14. And now she's in her, she's gone from one dude. And remember, for a girl, for a boyfriend, it just means she had sex with him for 2 weeks. And then she had sex with a different guy for a couple of weeks. And yeah, sure, there's a couple of days that they overlapped. But she's always had a boyfriend. And she said, I've literally always had some dude next to me, but at some point she said, I've had 100 boyfriends, for the last 14, 20 years. So when a girl says she's become celibate, she's like fucked out. She's like, I gotta let my pussy rest for a little while. And it's not like, coming off of a bender where you go, okay, I'm never having another drink. And this time I mean it. And like the next weekend you're drinking. They mean like, I've been having too much sex for so long and it's out of control. I've got to stop. They're like, they got to go cold turkey. So when you hear a girl say, I've only had sex with my boyfriends and now I'm celibate, they've had hundreds of boyfriends. Just remember, their definition of a boyfriend is what their definition in their head is. I've only had sex with men that were boyfriends. They can have had hundreds of boyfriends. So just know that that's like this one moving picture says women's math is multiply 47 times 3. So for every 3 she says she's had, you can go to 47. And it used to be 1 and 3. For every 1 she said she had, the average girl always says I've had 3, and you can guess 9, but the numbers are way up there for most girls. So that's the real deal. I've only had sex with men that were boyfriends. The narrator said she's had 47